Thanks for joining us today on Star Media. We have with us today Erica Hough from Luverne Counseling. She is one of our many professionals we have in town to help with brain health therapy. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we're doing a series of mental health conversations on Star Media. So, Erica, can you tell us about yourself and about our therapy friend here with us?
Yes, thanks, Lori. As Lori said, my name is Erica Hough. I'm a licensed professional clinical counselor here in town. I'm also the owner and clinical director of Luverne Counseling. And in addition, I'm a team member at the Developmental Trauma Training Institute.
Which is fascinating.
Yes, so we have brought many trainings to the Sioux Falls area and trained people in Luverne and, well, across the nation, actually. People have flown in for the training for brain spotting and developmental trauma training.
And is that a relatively new resource that we have for brain health professionals and for treating brain health ailments?
Brain spotting has actually been around for 20 years.
See? Cool.
Yeah, it's become really popular in the last few years, as all the body-based ones have, as we've realized we can just get so much deeper into the nervous system and heal at a deeper level than we can with just traditional talk
This
therapy.
is why we have you on the set today. There's so much going on with brain health treatment, and so I just want to talk about a little bit about how lucky we are to have Erica in town. She has a long list of certifications behind her name. And not only does she have this fabulous clinic that has all these other health professionals, but you are, again, a national certified counselor, a certified clinical mental health counselor, an approved clinical supervisor, certified brain spotting practitioner. The list goes on, a Developmental Trauma Training Institute community leader, and the High Acuity Care Brain Spotting Initiative consultant. And this is what you were talking about with some of the training that you are.
Yeah, that's an additional training that we do. I have a lot of experience working in high acuity care settings like residential.
Tell me what that is.
Residential treatment facilities,
okay.
Those that need intensive care. So I used to work at Southwestern Youth Services in Magnolia.
Oh, wow. I didn't. Okay.
Around.
Wow. Yeah.
Or Phoenix Recovery Programs in Mankato. That was a substance abuse co-occurring disorders treatment facility. So I have experience working with all kinds of folks.
And you are right here in Luverne and Rock County. We're so lucky to have you. What you and I visited about earlier is about the fact that we're lucky in this small community to have so many brain health professionals. How many do we have in how many different settings?
We have 12 altogether in Luverne. We have so much, and we have 5 different settings.
5 different locations where people can seek care.
Yes. So we have a lot to offer here in Luverne. You don't have to travel to Sioux Falls.
And I think you had mentioned also that you all work closely together. Tell me how this works.
Yeah, so we have what's called a brain health committee. And so all the counselors in town and human services and the schools, we all meet monthly on this brain health committee to talk about mental health in Luverne and how we can come together and help more people here in Luverne or in Rock County.
Gosh, all that just bodes well as a community for having healthy brains.
Yes.
Because you refer clients to each other, right? So if there's somebody that you think might be better served with another local professional, you just refer back and forth.
Yes.
I just love that. We are very fortunate here. I think that another reason we have you with us today is to talk about the types of therapies. Now, we talked about brain spotting, and in my mind, it's still new. I mean, I just think it's fascinating what you can do with. Can you just tell us start with just the brain spotting?
Yeah, so brain spotting is a brain-based, body-based type of therapy. It's what we call somatic therapy. So trauma is stored in the body, or painful experiences. Trauma sounds like a big word, but we've all experienced painful experiences. And when that stuff happens, it gets stuck in our body, kind of, if you've heard of like the fight, flight, or freeze.
Sure.
Yeah. So traditional talk therapy, we can, that's great too. That's how we build relationships. And relational therapy is like the number one thing for us to get to where we need to. But we can only access so much by just talking. So we really need to do some somatic therapies or bottom-up processing to really reach into the nervous system for deep, long-lasting healing.
Can you tell me what a session might look like? I mean, so when if you're doing a brain, I know you said you would help me with one time. I need to take you up on that so that I don't have to keep asking you all these questions. But if I'm coming to see you for a brain spotting session, what happens?
Yeah, so we would begin by talking about what brings you in. And so what I would be looking for is the activation, which doesn't necessarily have to mean crying. A lot of people think that means I'm crying, but it's I'm feeling something. I'm feeling tightness in my body. I'm feeling a lot of stress. I'm feeling anger, whatever it is, but a strong feeling, a strong activation in your body. And then once the activation is online, in brain spotting, we would use a pointer, like a teacher's pointer, to find a spot in your visual field.
Oh, yes.
Here, here, or here, where you feel the most connection to that activation. So where that activation really increases. And that's how we access the subcortical mind or in the body. And literally, if I have this poster in my office of the brain, your eyes have the optic nerve, which connects to the subcortical brain. So literally reaching down into the body, and we believe that the body has the innate ability to heal. Kind of like out in nature, wherever the poison is, the antidote is within reach. We just need to find it. So we're going into your body through the visual field to find the antidote for healing.
Fun. And it's just proof again that the body is just another organ of our physical being. It's all connected. And it's just, it's fascinating. The brain is truly the final frontier of medicine. And the work that you are doing is, I just think, mind-blowing to speak of minds on Mental Health Awareness Month. So, no, thanks for explaining that. I think we forgot to introduce our guest.
Yeah, so this is Rudis. He is our registered therapy dog through Therapy Dogs International is where he got his certification.
Rudis? Look at you. Yes, you have beautiful eyes. Oh, he is posing for the camera. Thank you, Rudis.
Yeah. So Rudis is a toy-sized Aussie, and Aussies are herding dogs by nature, and
a toy size. Oh.
Yes. So he's just a little guy, but he'll go out in the waiting room and he'll get my clients and bring them back, and he's able to kind of read comfort levels. So some clients just want to pet him on the floor, and some want him, right up on his
And he just obliges.
Yeah, he just gets to know who wants what, and so he's a big part of my sessions, making clients feel comfortable, and when we do the trauma work, he goes in the corner. He's not involved in that, but kind of greeting and.
Well, I think we all have reactions to pets, and I just think we all need a Rudis in our lives. So thanks for introducing him, and I'm glad you have him over there.
Yeah.
We have a lot to talk about in a short amount of time, but can you tell us about, so personally I'm fascinated by the brain spotting, and I'm sorry that I keep bugging you about that, but I think there are a lot of other really cool therapies. Do you want to talk about other therapies that we're able to employ with our clients?
Yeah, absolutely. So the most common one that people hear about is cognitive behavioral therapy.
Of course. Tell us about
therapy.
that.
Yeah, so that helps us build relationship with the client. Again, the number one skill, no matter what modality you're doing. It helps teach skills, build some resourcing or emotional regulation. Sure. things like that. So we all implement talk therapy into our sessions, no matter what the modality of choice is.
And that just, yeah, it didn't occur to me till you just explained that I'm sure that it's just sort of a fluid thing that you're meeting clients and figuring out what's going to work best for them. And so what other tools do you have?
Yeah, so in town we have a lot here. We have dialectical behavioral therapy. We have a couple counselors who offer that. And
That sounds scary to me, dialectical. Tell me, tell me what that means.
sure. So dialectical just kind of means that two things can be true
Okay.
at the same point.
Oh, well, that's not scary at all. I'm a word person. I should know better. So dialectical.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
So it just kind of teaches emotion regulation skills, mindfulness skills, distress tolerance skills, and interpersonal relationship skills.
Something we could all use.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah. So we have that. We also have a couple Christian counselors in town. Some people that call really prefer having that be a part of their session. That's important to them.
Well, and how many people lean on their faith for healing? So that's also, again, what a resource.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. We have a lot of child therapists. So a lot who work with the kids, but we actually have two, not one, but two registered play therapists, and that's a big deal. And one of them is even a supervisor.
Gosh. So I was upstairs in your clinic, and that's such a bright, sunny, colorful room, and I can imagine a lot of really good things happening up there. Tell me how it is that play therapy helps us reach our younger clients. How does that work?
Yeah. So first of all, I want to say I'm not trained in play therapy,
okay,
but
sure.
yeah.
But
so
you have folks that are.
we do, and so there's all these specific toys that the kids can share their story through play that they might not be able to verbalize. So that really helps the counselor to know what's going on and how to help them heal from whatever it is
Sure.
that's going on in their lives.
Brilliant stuff for sure.
Yeah.
And again, if you sit across from the table with anybody and stare them in the eyes, it's a little intimidating, but to be doing other things that come naturally, I can see where that's comforting and helpful.
Yes. Yeah. It's a great skill to have. We also have equine therapy out at Rock Ranch, and that's with the horses.
Isn't that fascinating how people can connect and heal through the horses?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think being in rural Minnesota, I think that speaks to a lot of our clientele
course.
out here.
Yeah, and I haven't seen a session, but just seeing how the horses are and how humans react to them, it's not unlike how people react to rudis, I'm sure.
Right. Right.
Yeah, they're just another whole story in themselves. We'll need to get them on for a conversation. I think we're slowly getting, so the EMDR.
Yeah, so EMDR stands for eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. So EMDR is another type of trauma therapy, like brain spotting. Only it uses kind of bilateral stimulation. So brain spotting, like I said, will find the spot with the most access to that activation, where EMDR will kind of go back and forth as you're processing through the trauma. And there's other pieces to it, such as that negative cognition, like I'm a bad person, I'm shameful, kind of holding that together with the memory. I'm also trained in EMDR,
Right.
so I do know that one pretty.
And is that a tool that you find yourself also frequently employing, or how does that work?
I do more brain spotting now. We do have other providers in town that do EMDR.
Okay.
But yeah, I am trained in both.
And our clients are finding help through these therapies.
Absolutely.
That's the main thing, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, we should be the brain healthiest county in the state, shouldn't we?
Absolutely.
We just
There's
need
so
to make
much
sure that
available.
our patients can access care. And I know that that's one of the things that we're talking about also through our Mental Health Month series is resources for people if your insurance may not cover treatment or if you don't know how to access treatment. Brain health is important for everybody and anybody. And so there will be links on our Star Media site for that kind of information also. How are we doing, Erica? Are we getting through the list of what we wanted to talk about?
Yeah, I think so. The other two body-based trauma therapies that we offer in town is somatic experiencing or ART, accelerated resolution therapy.
Tell us what those are real quickly.
Somatic experiencing, so like EMDR and brain spotting, but it's just really going inside. It's not using a visual point. It's not using the eyes, but just really going inside.
How do you mean go inside?
So just really noticing what's going on in your body. So, as you talk about, the heartbreak that you experienced this week, what are you noticing in your body?
Okay.
Is your stomach in knots? Is your shoulder?
There's always a physical response, isn't there?
Right. And that's your body saying, here it is, Lori, here's how the healing comes up. You have to go inside. So that's another way to reach that and
All
release
these tools.
Yes.
It's just fascinating. I think that our time might be up, Erica. I feel like we should probably talk for a whole day about these things, but I so appreciate you being here and sharing insight on some of these things. It is, again, the brain is the final frontier of medicine, and you are on the forefront of it. And so thank you for doing what you do, and thanks for joining us today. And we'll have more information and links to these discussions on our Star Media site.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.